Let's take a look at how we can use some of the tools and features of myViewBoard to create a lesson about money. This is great if you're ever using any kind of content that requires manipulative. So we're gonna ask kids to build some money. So let's go to our browser first and grab some money images. So if I just do a penny search, right, in Google Images, I'm gonna get lots of images of pennies. I can select one, and if you notice, this one here has checkers around it. That means it's a transparent image or a PNG file. So when I drag that image onto my canvas, it's already transparent. There's no white space around it or anything like that. Now, if I do a search for a quarter, this one does not have a checkerboard around it. So when I drag this quarter out here, it's actually gonna leave the white space around it, which looks pretty bad in my opinion. So I'm gonna touch that. And right here you have your eyedropper tool. So if I touch the eyedropper tool in the adorning menu, I can actually touch that white space and then just do a little touch and drag, and it's gonna get rid of that white space around it and make it transparent. And then when I'm finished, I can hit the check mark button, and now I have a clean quarter. Now, if you were gonna do this lesson over and over and over again, it would be helpful to have quick access to these so you're not having to do a Google search every time. So this little icon here, the cloud with the up arrow in the adorning menu, that allows you to select Google Drive or whatever cloud service you're using, name it, and save it right into your drive so you can access it later. In fact, I've done that with other images. So if I touch my magic box and then touch my Google Drive icon, you can see it's going to go into my media folder, and I've saved other images. But if I go into my math folder that I've already created, I have a whole folder called money, and you can see I have quarters and bills and all that I've uploaded from previous lessons. So when I want to use these, all I need to do is drag them onto the canvas, and we can get a nickel and then a dime. And it's that easy to add any kind of media directly into your canvas. Now these are all really big, so I'm going to resize them. I can touch the object and then just drag the corners to resize the image so that they're all a lot smaller, because we don't want to take up all the room. So let's get our dollar bill here down to a smaller size. We'll move it over here. In order to make questions, we can simply type onto the canvas and ask our question, or we can handwrite it. I like to use a combination of shapes and text to make it really clear and easy to read the question. So I'm going to touch my shape tool here, double tap it to open the shape menu, and then select the square rectangle shape. And up here, I'm just going to draw a rectangle like that. Now, you'll notice it's transparent in the middle. I'm actually going to use the paint bucket tool to change this to like a yellow color in the middle. And then down here, instead of using like a keyboard or trying to type in my question, I'm actually going to use the handwriting to text icon. If I keep tapping that, you can see it goes from a T to kind of the cursive looking A. That's handwriting to text. So I can come up here and say, make $1.30. Down here in my navigation bar, you'll see there's a little handwriting to text button. So if I touch that, it'll convert my text into typed text. So it's a lot easier to read. I'm going to use my select tool to select both these objects, because if you didn't know, the rectangle and the text are two different objects, so they'll move independent of one another. So I'll drag and select both of those, and then in the adorning menu, I'm going to use the group icon. So what this is going to allow me to do is basically group those objects together, and that's there. And so now when I drag one of them, they're both going to move together. So I'm going to put my question up there at the top. Now, if I wanted to make $1.30, it's pretty easy with the money that I have here. I could just drag it and move it over. But I want these to be reusable. I want them to essentially be able to keep adding as much money as they wanted to indefinitely. So I'm going to touch each object here, and in the adorning menu, you'll see basically like two pieces of paper, like a copy, but with a directional arrow on it. So if I touch that, it's actually called drag a copy. And I'm going to do that to each one of these objects. And now what I have is the ability to use these manipulatives over and over and over again. So as a student comes up to the board to make $1.30, they can drag the $1 bill, then they can grab the quarter, and then the nickel to to make $1.30. And I still have all my original manipulatives here, and I could reuse this slide over and over and over again for different amounts. This is especially great, not just for direct instruction, but you can do this as a station, right? So you can be off working with a small group, and as kids rotate through your classroom, part of the station is they have the list of the amounts of money they need to make, and they need to go through and continue to make different amounts of money without even the teacher needing to be there. This is also great for fractions. Anything in math that needs to be reused over and over again, drag a copy is a great feature.